Ladies and gentlemen, this presentation is brought to you by The Greatness Continues LLC. And you are now tuned into The Greatest Conversations, starring Reese Teutons, Shaka the Wise, Sensei J, the Masked Man, Big Z, and your host, D. Jones. Once again, you are tuned into the greatest conversations.
Listen, we're gonna learn about Martin Luther. My dumb ass said, Martin Luther King Jr.? Oh, I know all about him. These niggas said,
You talking about the Lutheran dude from the church or something?
Yeah, these niggas looked at me
That's
like,
who he was named after, though.
yeah, but that just shows like how like in that school they were like, nigga, are you just so like in a box where when we say Martin Luther, you just say Junior, you know? And then I know that nigga, you know, and then we were teaching me about the church. I'm like, Martin Luther King Jr. did all this in the church?
The Protestant king.
Yeah, and it's like, nah. And so then my teacher made me do a report on this nigga, and this nigga, I mean, traumatized in life, but that made me realize that there's more to just our history and names. You know, and that's why I'm saying it's about perspective.
But we got to get there. You know what I mean? Together,
And that's why it's
we got to
important
get
in
there.
elementary school and maybe middle school to continue with the Black History Month tradition. These are the people. But once you get into high school, because I mean, in high school, most niggas, unless you're a history major, you thinking about other things, you know. But that's why I'm like, you should make it your job as, you know, because this is what politicians are for real. That's not my job. That's their job to make sure there's a curriculum in the inner city school or whatever school district
but
you
they're
are.
not for us though. That's why we got.
But that's part of history too, though.
Teaching.
Niggas are still voting for these same niggas that ain't for us.
I know. I ain't for them niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
You know?
I ain't for
but
them.
that's history. It's like, why is history important? Because you voting for the same niggas who ain't teaching you shit, and you think they are, but you know, Big Z don't know shit.
I mean,
you
but
know,
that's
Big
just
Z
the
don't know.
that's the indoctrination, though. How you gonna expect people to fight against indoctrination?
Hey, somebody finds a way.
Yeah, somebody got to though.
Somebody got to find.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody got to, but they assassinate everybody that you know.
You can't be afraid to die, bro. You got man.
I mean,
You gotta build an army.
listen, I agree.
You can't be afraid
You gotta
to
find
die.
you gotta
Bro, you
find a way.
can't,
Nah, because death.
You
How you
can't.
gonna-
You gotta move
How
in
you gonna
silence.
go to
You gotta
some
move
crowd?
in
You gotta move in silence.
You gotta move in silence.
You gotta play the game
Be
of chess
scared.
so
You gonna go
well.
to a crowd of people and be like, you can't be afraid to die, bro.
You can't be.
You gotta play the game of chess so well.
The greatest
They already
story
realize you're
in
playing the game.
the Bible is Jesus' betrayal by Peter. Because Peter was one of
when
Jesus'
they asked
top OGs, and he said, "You're gonna betray me." And
He
Peter
said,
was
"No,
like,
I ain't know that."
I ain't gonna betray you." But the smartest thing, Jesus wasn't up your will.
But after
the smartest
that,
thing he could
all
do.
them niggas died for him though, because they wasn't afraid.
Yeah, but if Peter would have died then, he wouldn't have touched as many lives as he did after Jesus died on the cross.
That's true, but afterwards, when they like, okay,
But their whole life though, it wasn't like they went
he
out.
came back from the dead. We know that he really got. They all died for him because they wasn't afraid
But
to
did
die.
they die? But did they die?
That's how the proof, though.
That's how I spread it.
No,
It's
but
all
listen,
approved.
but listen.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what
listen,
I'm
if
saying.
Peter died on that day, there wouldn't have
You're
been.
telling people to die without seeing the proof.
I'm not saying that.
No, but
not saying that.
here, but
You
here's the
say
thing.
don't be afraid to die. Like,
You can't be afraid
No,
to
but
die
even
when you
but
want to
Peter,
change. You
but
can't
Peter
be
and Saul,
afraid.
all their whole
At the same time, it's
lives,
not
their whole
true.
lives as apostles and prophets, they hid though. It wasn't like they just went out into the streets like nigga, I'm Peter.
So I put like
they
this.
was
I put
still
like
hiding.
this. All right, okay. So you know the story, right? They was afraid. They whole lot when Jesus was around. They was afraid that whole time.
Yeah, and when Jesus died, he came back,
Jesus
they
was
was afraid.
Jesus was holding them down like a liar, or like a not liar, but like a leader, right?
Yeah.
He was holding down like a leader. They was afraid, but he was like the head.
Yeah.
Right. He died. They were still kind
They
of
were still
worried,
afraid.
right? He came back alive, right?
Mhm.
They saw the holes in his hand, and they was like, "Yeah, I know what I had to do."
Yeah.
And then after that, what happened? All them niggas was not afraid. They went everywhere and talked about Jesus.
But they still,
wasn't
no,
afraid.
but listen,
they wasn't
still,
afraid.
Yes, they were. They still hiding. What do
wasn't.
you mean? They wasn't hiding, talking about we gotta be careful. Where
They
we
wasn't.
Go.
They were just
didn't
smart,
Go, no,
bro.
they didn't go anywhere
They
without
just
praying.
smart.
They didn't go anywhere
You know what I
without
mean?
praying to God for protection.
That's
why
not.
they
That's
were so
not being afraid.
Yeah.
That's not being afraid.
No, that's
just.
but no, I'm going back to your
That's just
point.
asking for. You know.
Yeah, they
If
know
God,
that
but
they
if
know
God,
you
if
do
God
that shit.
says you're protected, then I'm not gonna be afraid to go nowhere. God says I'm protected, nigga, because I'm protected.
Bro, you gotta be strategic.
He also said be smart too.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think you're losing the point. Is it's different from saying, okay, this is proof. I'm about to go out there and preach. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, what did Paul say?
Then talking about, hey, I need some security before I go out there.
Bro, what did Paul say?
This is two different things.
He said, I die right now because I know I'm gonna be in a better place, but I can't die for the sake of these people.
But did he die right there?
No, because he said I can't die right here for the sake of these people. But he wasn't afraid.
He wasn't afraid, but he knew he wasn't.
He knew that if I'm alive, more people are gonna hear about this. Exactly. And that's the thing with black people, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm alive, more people will hear about this.
When Peter had the option of saying, I know this nigga 3 times.
But I said that's before he
died. How do we even get to this point?
That's before he died.
I thought we were talking about
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, this cycle was like niggas gotta die.
I didn't say that. I said you can't be afraid to die.
Nigga, you gotta be afraid to die. That's how you live.
Well, no, it's more the fact that you can't go into a crowd of people like you can't be afraid to die. Where it's like only truly exceptional people are like I don't even want to use the term truly exceptional people because that's just like going down a different alley. But there's a certain type of nigga who's not afraid to die. Like that's like 150. Like everybody else is gonna be thinking about death.
But if you trying to make that change, you can't be afraid of that because you gotta lead that. If you got if you got a family that you gotta protect, and the nigga come in the house, and if you afraid to die, them niggas gonna die. You can't be afraid to die. You gotta risk your life to protect them.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is there's a difference between being afraid. There's a difference between being afraid to die, right, at any given moment, and knowing that you gotta live, but not being afraid to die in your walk. You know what I'm saying? Like you get, like right now in my life, if a nigga came in here and was like, on some dramatic shit, hey, denounce God, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. Nigga, I'm like, okay, we'll blow my fucking brains out. I ain't afraid to die.
That's what you're saying?
What?
If a nigga came in here and was like, denounce God, right? Denounce God, or I'm gonna blow your brains out, right? I'm not gonna denounce God, just blow my fucking brains out. That's what I'm trying.
You should though.
Why would you?
No, because you have. But just like what?
Ain't that what he was saying?
I'm so confused. The difference between the two time periods, and that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
If you don't die at that moment, you can touch more people's lives.
Yeah. No, listen. Because
you die?
After
they lied before that.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it. Because I wanted to be.
You talking about with Joshua?
Big Z wanted to be. Yeah, with Joshua. Because the end times, right? When Jesus was talking to people and Peter and them were teaching people, no one knew about God like Jesus. No one knew Jesus' walk. That was their job. So it was important for them niggas to live as long as they could. Not that they were afraid to die, but try to touch as many people before they die. Because the end result was death, no matter how you looked at it, right? Today, I guarantee you 98% of the world knows about Jesus, or had the opportunity to know about Jesus, had the opportunity to learn about American history. But you know what they did? They didn't go any further. But there was a scripture in the Bible after Peter talking about in the end times, you know what I'm saying, where denouncing God and things like that is very important to where you stand in his kingdom. So right now, personally, I think, okay, well, we're not in the beginning time, so we must be closer to the end time. So if a nigga come in here and be like, everybody denounce God,